Hello, my name is Samuel Johnson, and this video will allow me to show you what the Serious Language Student Japanese Vocabulary flashcards program looks like. I think the easiest way to show it to you is to just run it, as I do use it myself, and explain what you're seeing as we go along. So in order to do that, let me first go to my home screen. And you'll see that I have on my home screen desktop an icon for the program. If you download the program onto your computer, you can put an icon like this on your desktop to speed up access to the program. So I will double click on it, and up comes the program. And this is the welcome screen. Irashaimase. So I'll start practicing by clicking on OK. And here is the most basic card you will see. It gives you the Japanese word in kana and asks for the English. Later we will see more challenging things. Incidentally, if you don't know how to read kana, then you aren't quite ready for this program yet. But please do continue learning Japanese, and once you learn how to read kana, then come back to this website, the seriouslanguagestudent.com website, and explore this with us. Okay, so going back to people who read kana, that's the word ba'ai, and we know that it means this case or this situation, but let's pretend that I've forgotten that. One option you always have is simply hitting OK, and it shows you the card. And it gives you the English translations that it accepts. It shows you how it's written using kanji. It shows you how it's written using kana, and also it gives you information about those kanji, and we will come back to that in a moment. Okay, here's the next thing that you have, slightly more ambitious, starting with English and going to hiragana. So the prompt is to live, and there's more than one possible word for that. I suspect that this is the wrong one. That's to live or to reside someplace, but let's put that in here. Incidentally, usually when you put in a verb, you have to tell how its past tense is formed, but the program knows that all verbs ending in mu make the past with da, and since the program knows that, we can just skip that. So I'll say OK, and I was right. It recognizes that's a correct translation, but it says it's looking for a different answer. So I'll say OK. I'm back to here. And now, as you probably suspected, the word that it wants is ikiru. Incidentally, on my keyboard, I'm just typing the regular Latin letters I-K-I-R-U, and the program automatically converts that to kana. You don't need to import any sort of special keyboard or install anything. Just run the program, and at the point when you need it, the keyboard automatically will convert things to kana. Now, back to this issue of the verbs. A verb ending in iru can be either ending in ta or ta, and so now that grammar cannot be skipped. If you skip it, here's what happens. The Japanese word you enter was correct, but the answer to the grammar buttons is incorrect. Leaving it blank counts as incorrect. So do remember, when the grammar button is needed, you need to check it. And here, anytime you make a mistake, it shows you the card again. And notice it shows you again how it's written in kanji, and it shows you what the kanji itself is, and then what hiragana must be added. It shows you the entire word in kana, and again, it gives you information about how to write it in kanji. It also reminds you of that grammar point that this verb takes ta without a tu in the past. Okay, here is again just going from English to kana. Oh, let me show you slowly. I typed the K, and notice the K appears because that can't be converted yet. Then I hit the A key, and then it gets converted to ka. Then I, and there I have the word for tall, and that's correct. And the word for to ride, of course, we know is noru. Always remember, anytime you want, you can just leave it blank and hit OK, and it will remind you. And again, we have the grammar possibility, but any verb ending in oru takes ta in the past. So again, we don't have to put that there. We could have just skipped it Once I've checked it, it stays checked. Although I can change it to something wrong, but let's change it back to something right. And that was skippable entirely. Oh, I forgot to mention that anytime it's correct, you do see tadashi desu, which of course means it's correct. Here's a famous word, sensei. Oops. Notice that it can't convert SI. If you want the shi, you have to type SHI. So if you type SI, it just sits there because it can't convert it. So I'll back the I out and put an E, which is what I meant to hit, and an I for sensei. Notice, anytime it's a noun, it does ask you, can it be followed by na? Many nouns, of course, act like adjectives if you add na. And it also asks you whether it can be made into a verb by adding suru without o. Neither one of those applies here, so we leave the grammar boxes blank and just say OK. And another one that we know that is easy, warui is evil. And now we get to the most interesting challenge, going from English to both kanji and kana. So very, terrible, great, serious, or grave. I think particularly very is a reminder of what they probably want. They probably want tai hen. So for tai hen, we need first the character for tai, which of course is the character for big. And there are a number of ways to get that. If you happen to know the number of that radical, then you can simply type that number here. If you want to find out the number, you can go to a list of the three-stroke radicals. So I'll put a 3 in this radical stroke count and ask it to list. And there are all the three-stroke radicals. And there is the radical we want. Notice that its nickname in Japanese is dai, and its nickname in English is large. So for that blank, we've got 3 things we could put. We could put the 37, we could put dai, or we could put large. So I'm just going to accept this by clicking on it and say OK, and that will automatically put that 37 there. And there are no additional strokes, so this will be 0, or I could just leave it blank, either way, and say write, and it writes the character big. Now I want the hen of tai hen, and you may remember that that is the radical on top of what Nelson Dictionary calls kana yu, and 5 additional strokes. Again, we could go down to look at our radical list of 3-stroke radicals and find that nickname there, or we could find that radical number there. There are a variety of ways to find the right way to put in here what you want. Now the additional strokes is important because it's 5 additional strokes. So we do that, and now we say write. And oh, there are a number of characters that have that same radical, which the nickname is kana u, and all of these have 5 additional strokes. But the one that we want is this one. So we'll click on it. Excuse me, I was wrong. I glanced incorrectly. That's not the one that we want for the hen of tai hen. So I'll simply erase it. And I'll go back to here and again describe it by saying kana u and 5 additional strokes and write. And it's not there. Apparently I've misremembered. So I'll leave this blank and just hit OK. What is the hen of tai hen? Oh, that's right. It's the character for change. And the character for change is got the lid radical, and I have to stop and think of how many additional strokes. I think it is 6 additional strokes. And let's see. It's not there. It must be 5 additional strokes. So again, leave this blank, hit OK, hit lid, hit 5. Oh, by the way, I'm using my tab key to go from blank to blank. And like many programs, the Serious Lanauge Student program recognizes the tab key as a way to progress to the next box that you need to get to. So let's write this, and that's still not right. I may have to trash this video. What is the hen of tai hen? Isn't it that? I swear it's change with lid. Is it 7 additional strokes? There it is, tai hen. Okay, and now in the kana box, I put T-A-I-H-E-N. E, in. And now something that is a little bit tricky. Notice that this prompt is an adjective. Very, terrible, great. Tai hen is actually a noun. To be an adjective, you have to add na. So the correct answer is tai hen na. The program, like I say, is picky. If it gives you a noun here, then it wants a noun, even if it might take na, but if it says a noun here, it wants the noun here. But if it gives you an adjective here, it wants an adjective there. So now I say okay, and it's correct. Now, another example here, we could put either honto or jisai, and I'm pretty sure from recent practice that it has me working on jisai. So I'm going to use jisai as the answer, and jisai has the kana, u, and 5 as we saw before, and click on right, and there's the jitsu of jisai. And then the second character has on the left what Nelson calls Little Village. And if you don't remember that nickname, it has a two-stroke form, and here it is here. It's actually a larger stroke count, but it's abbreviated to a two-stroke count radical, so it does list among the two-stroke radicals, and its nickname is Left Village. So I will say OK to get that radical. And now the additional strokes, I believe, is 9. And there are some choices. And the psi of jisai isn't there, so it must be more. So I remember now that Left Village is 170. And is it 10 additional strokes? Nope. So I will back out. Notice we didn't have to choose an option. The 170 plus 10, that's the only kanji that the program knows, but it's not the one they want, so let's try Left Village and 11 and right, and there it is. Okay. So we click on OK, and now we have what we want in jisai, and we say OK. And this is something that tells me that this video has become sort of long, but the program does keep track of how you're doing, and every 10 minutes it gives you a progress report. So in this session, we've seen 8 different cards. There were a couple of repetitions, and in the last 10 minutes, the correct response score was 75%, and so the system tells you gambatte, persevere. Now it has use, which is 9 strokes plus 5 additional, which is, oh my gosh, I am not having a good day. It's character 9, which is man, and 6 additional strokes. And there it is. You may recognize it. And it's tsukao, so I need a U. And written in kana, it's tsukau. And I can ignore the grammar because any verb ending in ao does take ta in the past with the tsu, so I can ignore that and just say OK. And here's the last thing that I wanted to get to show, and that is that the program is slowly expanding your vocabulary. So if you've practiced the recent cards and done well on them, it starts showing you new cards. And so here is ready to show me a new card, and the new card is kokoro, for heart, which of course is an easy character, but it was not yet in my list. And so it shows you the card, and all you have to do is say OK. And it usually then tests that card immediately. So it shows it to you in the first testing form, which is starting with the kana and going to the English. And there is heart. And it's correct. Oh, it's going to introduce me to 2 new cards at once. Here's Rashi, seems like. And, oops, I better be careful. Oh, I must have mistyped. They want just like or just seem. Okay, and now we are back to our regular practice. Ba'ai, which was case, which we pretended not to know the last time we were here. So I will admit that I know it this time, and that's correct. And now we're back to ikiru, which we saw earlier. And I believe we got that wrong playing around last time, so it's gone back to make sure we do know it. Okay, that's an example of the program. There's a great deal more that it can do. One of the things it can do that I don't have time to show is you can add your own vocabulary to it. So if you run into a a word in a book that you're reading or in a class that you're taking, and that word is unknown to the program, and it does have a large vocabulary, so many common words are already known to it. But if it's a word that the program doesn't already have in its library, you can add it, and your added word then appears as a card, just like these cards. I hope that you are interested in this. I hope you will go to the website www.seriouslanguagestudent.com. That's Serious Language Student with no punctuation, no underscores.com, and either download the free program, which will give you a chance to practice a little bit more and see how it works and see if you like it, and make sure that it runs on your device. And if you like it and it runs well on your device, I hope you will consider licensing the full program. Thank you very much.